These are the stories
of four childhood friends
who dropped it low in our 20s
and living in our 30s,
waving to our 40s,
but already aching like we in our 50s, girl.
I'm Jay.
I'm Treese.
I'm Ebony.
And I'm Tammy. And after science projects
and all-night partying
and brunches and lunches
and the ever so mandatory power nap
through over 2 decades of friendship, you know what we realized?
We kinda old.
In the 90s with the black girls where you in the 90s with the black girls where you fun in the 90s with the black girls where you fun in the 90s with the black girls.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the We Kinda Old podcast. Don't ask me why we laughing. Don't even worry about it. So guess what, y'all?
What?
I don't know what we call it in the
them
episode.
y'all or us y'all?
Y'all.
Okay.
I don't know what
figure
we
it
call it
out.
in the episode.
We always
we'll
do.
figure it out
then. Exactly.
throughout the episode.
But today we are talking about accountability. Accountability. Specifically, I think specifically when it comes to friendships. We're going to talk about accountability in our friendships, right?
That's important.
Yeah, and it could be holding your friends accountable in a positive way or negative way. So I think we're gonna talk about both of them. So I think it was maybe like 2 days ago, Tam posted something that said, your friends.
Why you didn't tell me? I could have had it queued up, girl.
It's something about your friends you ain't wrong you to death, like something like that. Like your friends will be the one that be like you ain't wrong, but like what the fuck happens when you is wrong? Like how do
they should call you on your shit? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it said. Me and my friends going, you ain't wrong each other right into hell. That's what it says. and I said when I reposted it, because that's our business.
Okay, that's a fact. That's a fact, and I feel like for the most part, I feel like I'm good at holding my friends accountable, whether it's positive, negative, whatever. But I personally have had to grow into being able for somebody to basically check me when I'm in my bag and maybe not doing the right thing. So when it comes to negative feedback, like how do y'all give me your initial feelings when you tell your friend something or you're going through something and you go to them for advice? What is usually your initial feeling, like, bitch, what? Or is it just like, let me humble myself because this is coming from my friend? Like, what is your initial? Because me, I be kind of like,
so you mean when they give us advice that we don't want,
like from jump, like say it's a situation where this is nobody at WKO, okay, but say it's a situation where somebody is cheating on a mate and you tell us and we be like, now bitch, you know that's not it. You ain't supposed to be doing that. It don't matter if he don't do no dishes or he don't fucking wash your car. Like, if you don't want to be with him, break up with him, blah, blah, blah. Just a scenario. Mm-hmm. Initially, how do you feel when somebody has to basically, in your friend group, check you on your shit?
It depends who it is and what it's about.
I mean, I'm usually pretty self-aware. So when somebody checks me, it's some shit I already knew. And I'd be like, you right. I don't care, but you right.
I ain't gonna listen.
Factuals.
But you right.
Factuals. Because we had a conversation earlier where I was just like,
actually, yes.
Shit.
Actually, yes.
Today. Like, you right. I know your face was probably stank because you wanted to be mad, but
right. And that's exactly what
control.
What happened. Like, I'm upset. I'm not cool, but you right. So yeah, like I said, I'm for the most part, I'm pretty self-aware and I know when I be tripping, but so I'm usually good at taking it. I'm usually good at taking it. For the most part.
For me, it all depends on the advice that I'm coming after. Sometimes my initial response is, why the fuck did I ask you? This was not what I was looking for. And then other times it's like, okay, let me take a time, read this, digest it before I respond. Like, I guess it all depends on if I'm venting or looking for an answer. So if I'm looking for an answer, then I take time to understand where the friend is coming from. But if I'm just venting, I really don't give a fuck what you guys say.
But I think that's important too. You got to let people know where you at.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you're not always looking for a solution or a response. You're just looking to vent. But you know,
realistically, it don't always go like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
If you
like
pop on the phone, be like, "This motherfucker," da 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 da, start cut. Like, hold on. I don't know if you. I'm guessing you venting, but I don't know. Like the type of friend that I am, I'm always going to be trying to look for solutions to the issue. So if you telling me all this, I'm gonna be like, well, shut up. Well, you know, what can you do about this? Have you, played a part in the situation?
Look for the solution, but that don't mean you gotta share it. Keep it to yourself.
Okay. Oh, I mean that's fair enough.
But
that's fair enough.
But I'm saying if in that moment, they're just looking to vent. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they're not going to receive it. Like Eb said, she's not going to be in the mood to receive it if she wasn't looking for advice in the first place. So then you just kind of wasting your breath. But if it's a thing where they're coming to you and they don't know what's going on and they need that advice, then I would hope, because I hate somebody. Stop asking me for stuff and you ain't going to take it. Don't do that. But that's a sidebar. But I would think that if they come into you and wanting advice, that they're going to be open to receive it. Like don't perceive it as an attack, because it's not something that you want to hear. Don't just say, okay, yeah, you're right. Don't just tell me what you think I want to hear because I'm telling you. Like, actually receive it, because it's there to help you.
Well, maybe people need to preface the conversation like, listen, I'm just calling to vent. I'm like, that's what you need to do for me.
Some people that, even though if you step into the conversation with saying, I just need to vent, they still want to provide feedback.
That's true.
That's probably me too. I don't know, man. I think it's just like, I'll be wanting to help people because I'll be finding ways myself to get out of shit. I'll be leaning on people to help me get out of shit. So I'll be trying to reciprocate. But if it's not needed, then.
But I think that's where we also have to hold ourselves accountable, in that
you
friends
took my shit,
kind of hold us accountable. Like, if I came in here saying I'm just venting, I don't need no solution, and then later on down the line I come in to my, well, so why don't you didn't I just say I don't want a solution? I'm just venting. And again, it might just be that's because, like Jay said, I'm the same way. Like, we're used to just offering that advice. So yeah, you might gotta check us and be like, I ain't asked you none of that.
But you know what? In the same vein of self-accountability within your friendships, you also have to be able to hold yourself accountable to your own boundaries, right? Because I have a friend who, I don't want to hear shit about their relationship. And I have drawn that line so deep in the fucking sand, it's reached the bedrock. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
I'm so fucking serious. I don't want to hear shit about your motherfucking relationship, bro. And so, like, it took her a minute to get used to that, but I held myself accountable instead of, wanting to be the friend to help her out and shit. Like, no, I'm done with this because you're not taking my motherfucking advice. You keep coming to me.
That'd be me.
And you're not taking my motherfucking advice. So my line has been drawn in this. Don't tell me shit about this shit. Never again.
I've been there.
I don't want to hear it.
I've been there.
I am dead and done with it.
And I think that's fair, because again, as the friend that's giving the advice consistently and it's never being taken, like, bro, you just gonna keep wasting my time, and I'm supposed to just keep, because that's energy.
You feel me?
Like, at the end of the day,
I'm good.
That's legit energy.
I'm good.
And
especially because if
your
it's a friend you love.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Especially if it's a friend that, and like you're forcing me to sit here and watch you be miserable or watch you be hurt when I'm trying.
I gotta take
and
this
you come to me
shit
asking me for advice to get out of it, but then you not. I have to create that boundary in my safe space because you draining my energy, bro.
And you have to hold yourself accountable to maintain the boundary and not be so wanting to Captain Save-A-Hole with your friends and shit.
Yep. And that other friend needs to respect that boundary.
Because
at the end of the day, everybody, we all have friends for certain things. That doesn't mean you're close, love each other, somebody less, or you're not as, it's like you literally have your person for everything that you need. And In that situation, Teresa is not the one you go to relationships. Go to her with money, fashion, internet,
makeup,
whatever,
hair,
but not but not
business.
your man.
Don't
get your other friend to talk to you about your man with.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair enough, and that was legitimately my next point.
Are important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
My next point was basically like sometimes accountability has to look like not saying anything at all.
Yep.
Like being that, okay, you can be the sounding board. But if they just want to make the decision and go off with what they doing, they have to be accountable for what they doing. Yeah, I'm gonna listen, and I'm gonna even listen when you come back and say I fucked up.
Mm-hmm,
Do you want my advice now? No, still no. Okay, like it's just you have to. That's called making them accountability for themselves.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you don't feel for them in their situation. It doesn't mean that you don't understand their situation. But some people, I don't know if I want to call it stubborn, but it's just like some people just need to put their face in the dookie. They just need to put their face all up in it and experience the situation. And when you ready to come back and holler at the kid about it, if it's on my schedule, I got you. Like,
if you can fit it,
look like I ain't doing shit.
Yes, because y'all know my favorite saying is "I done told you." Like, I done fucking told you. And this like it's legitimate. This is true in friendships, relationships. I done told you. Don't wrench around. That's okay. That's a little people don't like. I told you so.
I'm queen. I told you so.
I'm not gonna say it to nobody's face.
I am,
but my face will say, "I done told you."
I am. I fucking told you.
I done told you. My face ain't never gonna lie. So I feel like in this friend group, and we about to see if we can get in each other's business just a little bit. In this friend group, we have held each other accountable in certain situations, and we blunt. We don't really hold punches around here. So I know there are things that people have said in our friend group that hurt my feelings, but it's kind of like, it's coming from a good place at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's coming from a good place. And so who want to share a story in this circle about a time that we have had to vocalize, hold accountable?
You know how many stories that is?
I know. Just pick one. Let the listeners get into it.
We have several.
Several.
I mean,
why don't you kick it off, ringleader, so somebody can get some ideas?
Angel.
I would say I can go back to like before. We all know. I mean, well, maybe.
And now I got a story.
Maybe Angel. Maybe the what's the thing? What the people called? The people don't know that Teresa's a bully, but Teresa's a bully, y'all,
and
she's a bully. So yeah, Teresa likes to bully people into her way of thinking sometimes, even if we don't agree.
Her face.
But the gotcha be she be bullying us about stuff, and then I'll be like, wait till it happen to your ass. Just wait till you in that same situation, and then we gonna see how you respond, and if you still gonna be all gangster thug, and she don't be. But yeah, there's a couple times, especially before I moved, that I was adjusting to. I don't say adjusting. I was kind of switching gears in my parenting and not making everything in my life about my daughter. Kind of separating that, creating my boundaries, still saying that I need to be happy too. I need to take care of myself so I can take care of her, and not just kind of draining myself trying to do everything I need to do for her. And Teresa's. I mean, I think all y'all did, but like, Teresa got ways of saying shit. You know what I mean? So Yeah.
I ain't want to hear it. Stank on it.
Little
Right.
couple, you know what I mean? She dabs the sauce on a lot. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that shit's real juicy. You know what I mean? But I ain't want to hear it because the fuck you talking about my kids, man. What are you talking about? But I needed it. I listened. I applied. You see where I'm at. So
Mhm. Mhm.
it worked.
I would never tell her she was right.
She has a very big problem. You see, I'm in the mic for this. She has a very big problem with telling me I'm right, especially because 99% of the time I am, but she be the first one to be like, you know, no way, right.
That's a big number.
Isn't it? This one talking
Because
about.
I am.
This one
Because I am.
99,
90 fucking 9.
No,
99.
bruh. I don't agree. Run those
99.
numbers again.
Okay.
Run
where my
those
calculator?
numbers.
And
again.
then I'm the receipt queen.
Where my calculator?
So if I got to pull receipts, I will
The
pull
math ain't
receipts.
mathing. The math ain't mathing.
Okay.
Well, let me tell
Johnny
my
had
story.
5 apples.
Since we talking about me, let me tell my story. Since we talking about me, my story ain't about me, but since we on me, it's my turn to tell a story, and I have a very specific story about my cousin. So, if anybody knows anything about Capricorns are motherfucking workaholics, right, and right.
Facts.
All they want to do is fucking work. My cousin, even though I'm the Jamaican one, she's not. She worked like a fucking Jamaican.
10 jobs.
This motherfucker got like 37 jobs, no lie.
No bullshit.
No hesitation. Like
for
yeah,
real.
no exaggeration.
And me and Tam telling her, sit your ass down, bro. Sit down. I got shit to do. I got shit I gotta take care of. I got shit I gotta pay for. I'm not gonna be out here fucking broke and fucked up. I'm gonna make sure I got money in my pocket. Bro, sit your ass down. Sit your ass the fuck down.
I'm sitting down right
And you
now.
know what happened? She didn't.
He got sat down.
And life sat her ass down.
Hard.
Real hard. For like a whole week, like literally it was like a week, right? Might have been like 10 days. Like she was out for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
For a minute.
And if y'all know her, that hurt. She was sitting there calculating every day how much she missed and what she could have been doing and what she could have had at the end of the week.
I got business.
Yeah.
I got business.
Your business was in that bed recuperating. That's what it was.
Man.
I'm learning. God damn it.
Let me hold you accountable for your own motherfucking health. You don't want to listen. And life was like, gotcha.
When I win the lottery, I'll sit down. I swear to God, I'm gonna sit down so much. Let me win the lottery.
First.
Okay, so that's my story.
I guess mine would be.
One. I can't think of one.
I got one for your ass too.
Let me see. If I think back to the beginning of my current relationship, I was finna be out before it even started.
If we going back to the beginnings.
And to be partially transparent, it's because I'm in a relationship with somebody who is very aware of his emotions. And I was like, this too much. This is too much. I can't. He not cussing me out. He not being disrespectful and none of that stuff. He's very aware of his emotions. He will verbalize when he feels some type of way about something. And my cousin had to tell me, you're mean and you need to stop being mean and stop nitpicking his whatever, his moods that he be in or whatever have you. I got a Sagittarius. This is my first time, but they are emotional creatures. They try to act like they not, but they very much are emotional creatures. So basically, she just checked me on chill out. Like basically,
Don't be
out.
mean
Stop.
to the person that you're putting your vagina on.
Oh, okay. We're virgins.
All right.
But yeah, she was just like, give it a chance. And it was, honestly, it was just because it's not what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a situation where the person was not emotionally aware, would just be all over the place and just blame it on, I don't know, it's raining outside. Like, this person is aware of who they are, what they feel, and it was something new to me. It took me a while to adjust. But yeah, I got checked, and
you can't
I
ask
ain't
for
like
different,
it.
and then when you get different, run away from it.
And that's a fact.
Okay.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And y'all had to remind me of that. So I didn't like it. Because at the time I was just like, ugh, I'm over this. Like, but growth.
Amen.
Growth.
Holy leave.
Growth.
It's always a good thing to grow.
Holy leave.
I just want to point out how ain't nobody got nothing to say about the Taurus over here. And we're
y'all
supposed to be
stubborn, so I'm sure it's a bunch of them.
Shit.
I'm not that stubborn. I'm really not.
Now you about to sit here and make me think.
Go ahead and think.
Chicago, you said
story,
you
but she's
had
definitely
a story.
stubborn. She's definitely
And
stubborn.
I did, and I'm trying to find the most public way to say it.
Yeah.
You know, we got the frame shit for the public and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because they don't need to be knowing everything.
Don't.
Absolutely.
You gotta pay for that.
Okay.
Just know I done made Eb cry. How about that?
Okay, I'm a thug ass crybaby. We all know that.
She said I cry over everything. I cry over everything. Nah,
Just
but
know I made her.
like I said, it can get different. But on the flip side, when it comes to men holding men accountable.
Oh, child.
Remember,
Baby,
we
like
watched
that video on TikTok.
That video, yes, of the whole the man that
Put your
kicked
friend
his friend
out the car.
Because homeboy was mad. He said he wasn't going to do nothing else for his kids because his baby mom had a new man. And his feelings was hurt. Like he admitted his feelings because my feelings are hurt because she has another man in her life.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do shit for
I'm not
boy.
finna do nothing for my kids.
Like,
trust me, it's more than one.
Hear yourself
out here doing stuff like that. Cross-eyed to the mic.
I was getting ready to say that with your
period. Cross-eyed to the mic. He's not the only one out here who
absolutely
like
not.
He's not.
But
and we need more men like his friend
so
in the world.
Period.
Yes.
He put him
How
the
can
fuck
you
out
be
the car.
He put him out the car.
An adult that don't do shit for their child off the scrumph of somebody moving on.
Like purposely.
And
you
you
said it
probably
out your
did
mouth
some
the reason
dumb
why.
shit anyway to make her leave you. I'm assuming, but I'm just saying.
Probably. Well, the way his train of thought, like you already know, he already had some other stuff going on. So it was like she probably was tired of that petty nonsense because that's what it was. Like, what are you talking about? These is your kids.
It's still just completely nonsensical because what the fuck does one have to do with the other?
Nothing.
That's the question.
Exactly.
That's the real
You still got kids at
live
the crib.
question. What the fuck does one have to do with the other?
Not
And
a
I
damn
think
thing.
I feel
Explain
like
me
and
that.
again, I'm not in the men's circle, so I was going ready to say I feel like more men need to do that, but maybe they are, and I just don't know. But if you're
Maybe.
not, I feel like y'all need to start. If
How
you have
much
a friend that
fuckery
you
and
know is
foolishness
trash,
is spewed on the fucking internet, and these men are not fucking G checking their boys.
Do you
I
think
mean,
it's
a lot,
hard
but
for
you
them?
know.
No, I think
I
they
feel
don't
like-
believe they're saying anything wrong.
So that they just
No.
birds of a feather. At the end of the day,
some of them be
Yes.
knowing, but that whole like men got that whole like I just mind my business and you do you, bro.
I'll agree with
I feel
that.
like it just
I'll
be
agree with
like
that.
more of that, like you know you did that's wrong, but whatever, and they
I'll
just
agree
kind
with
of
that.
leave it at that. But yeah, like you said, birds of a feather. Like I can't be associated with no bird.
But morally, if you're the type of guy that's like, oh, you just do you, whatever, I don't care. Morally, how can you hang out with somebody like that? That you
Because
know
they
ain't doing shit that they're supposed to be
them.
doing in life.
That's
Like, I don't
them. That ain't
understand
me.
that. Like, your moral compass still
especially
gotta
if
be
you
off
also
somewhere.
have children. Like in this
Exactly.
particular situation, like if he also has children and he's sitting there letting this fool say, I'm not going to do anything for them because it's another dude at the crib. Like, I 100% was with home. Like, he was serious. Get out my car. Like, we not boys no more. Period. Like, how can you even say that out your mouth? First of all, these is little kid feelings that you spitting out right now, but there are children involved. Like, you and your bag about your little feelings about her moving on with this man, but like, what about your kids? Your kids didn't do nothing to you,
Right.
Not the damn thing.
I would have pushed him out the damn car.
Check the even
Tuck and
like
roll.
the
Okay.
statistics. I don't know statistics and all that stuff, but it's like we all know that a lot of men grow up without fathers. So you know what you probably went through. Now you about to do the same thing to your kids because you want to be petty.
For what?
Because your feelings is hurt. When you probably sat your ass down there every day as a child wondering where your daddy was. Now you about to do the same thing.
And then they gonna
But
act
you
like
could tell he a punk, cause a real man would want to be like, oh, I ain't gonna have nobody else taking care of my kids. I'm finna come over. I'm rolling up with the cereal and the milk. Like, what? You just
But you know
nah, I
what?
don't want nothing to do with them little niggas because they already got another daddy. What?
Crazy. But I think to speak to Eb's point and run back to the actual issue of accountability and holding your friends accountable, like Eb was saying how they be like that ain't got nothing to do with me. I also feel like oftentimes men have the wrong idea when it comes to compartmentalization. Like they are really able to separate shit. Like that nigga ain't do nothing to me. So like when somebody was asking, how can you, if you morally are that type of person who wouldn't do that, how could you be friends with somebody who's not like that? Because the thought process is, well, you didn't do shit to me. That ain't got nothing to do with
my kids.
Right. And so that's how they're able to continue the friendship, because their dynamic is completely different from the way that this person is acting outside of the dynamic. But to go back to the original point, like then where does holding your friends accountable come in?
I guess in that situation it doesn't exist.
Right. So we're saying that the person with the scruples or supposed scruples has to stand the fuck up.
And he did.
Yeah.
Put him out
in that one case.
In that case.
Yeah, that was like 1 in 1,000.
Okay.
Put him out in the middle of
1 in a goddamn million.
Walk home. How much again? I don't give a fuck. Walk home.
It looked like they was in them random ass, one of them old ass shopping centers that shut down.
Yeah, or like an industrial park
and
or something.
The crazy, like if anybody saw the video, the dude in the back recording it
on the one taking it, yeah.
He was the dude saying, "Ain't got nothing to do with me." He was that dude.
Like, man, that's your friend. Let him stay. Both of y'all can get out.
Okay.
Both of them would have got out. Are you advocating for this behavior? You can get out too.
Nah, he wrong, but I'm just saying, like, that should no, he's wrong. Point blank. Period.
Bottom fucking line. And yeah, we're not in the men's circle, so we don't know what they talk about privately, but publicly, like I said, it does not seem like, it seems like they either think the same way or they don't give enough of a fuck to check their boys. It's like, it's just weird. It's so fucking weird. The shit that they allow their homeboys to say, especially public. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, what are you saying?
If the whole thing, as far as like guys be doing more shit to impress their homeboys, was true, then
I believe it's
if
true.
they was actually holding them accountable, then it might be a whole bunch more better men out there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because apparently they do shit and listen to their men, their guy friends, more than they do their girls. So if men was holding these guys more accountable, there'd be some better men out here.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's think about it. How many times have you, or not you personally, just the understood you, said something to a man, as a woman, have said something to a man, and he didn't listen to it until he heard the shit come from another fucking man?
Yeah. Weird ass shit.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas is weird.
That's why they be saying that mentally that men are attracted to men, and physically, if you're straight, of course, you're attracted to a woman.
Y'all
I believe that.
strange, bro.
I believe it. It's weird. And of course, they're not going to agree with it. But if you really break it down, like, y'all be more worried about, some of y'all be more worried about y'all homies, what y'all homies think.
It's a lot of them. I actually saw a TikTok video where they was going around asking, TikTok. I know, right? Where they was going around asking this random ass men, boys, guys, because it was a multitude of ages, you know.
I know what you're talking about.
Right. If your home, pretty much if your homie cheated, or no, is it bros before hoes or some it was worded something like that.
It was something like
oh
that.
my bro, exactly. Oh my bro. Like nobody picked the woman over the guy. None of these men. And I'm like, what the fuck? Weird. This makes no sense. You got a woman at home that's sucking and fucking you and treating you like you want to be treated. But if your homie over here need a left arm, you gonna go give him a left arm? Like, but what? That don't make sense.
You said it was a muscle, because I'm like, this generation, I could see doing that because they be thinking these girls are just tricking anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I could see.
No, it was different age ranges, and I can't remember
either that or they just old in the face.
Matter, but yeah, it was different age ranges. They was just asking a bunch of guys, and every single one of them, the question, whatever the question was, the choices was your best friend or your girl, and every single motherfucking one of them chose their best friend. Everyone.
Men, we need answers.
And some of them had their girl right there with them.
Next to him.
And the shorty was like,
the way I would have smacked him in the back of his neck so hard. I'm sorry, I don't hit no more. I don't do that no more.
Non-violent.
Non-violent. Yeah, men, we need answers. Make sure y'all weigh in on this when y'all hear the episode. We need answers.
Yeah,
because the sense it's not mathing. If Johnny had 5 apples,
1 + 1 is 12.
Right, like what is
right
it?
now.
Do you just feel like we don't understand? Like you're not being understood by the woman, but the man isn't going to understand you and what you're going through.
We be saying the same exact motherfucking shit.
The same thing. We probably be saying it and make it more sense.
Like, you and your parents, like you don't hear shit coming from your parents, but if somebody else say it, then you receive it. Is it just because they feel like we just gonna be nagging them? So they just done tuned us out?
They could be seeing it as a nag, but then your homie nagging you too. If we're both saying 9 + 9 is 21, like we're both still saying the same thing. I know it's not 21.
21.
We'll tell you wrong shit.
21.
Stupid.
So switching gears. When it comes to being an accountability partner to your friends, what is your individual, like, how do you feel about accountability partners within your friends group for positive reasons? Like, does it eventually get on your nerves? Do you always encourage it? Positive. Like, what does an accountability partner for positive reasons, like, how does that make you feel? Me personally, it's the same. Because if a motherfucker is telling me you need to be drinking your water, keep drinking your water, and I'm tired of drinking fucking water, I'm still have an attitude, but I'm gonna appreciate it. Like the same situation with the working and stuff. I know I be needing to take my breaks. I don't be taking enough breaks. I be working all the time, but goddamn it, I got shit to do. But in hindsight, I'm like, I appreciate that they made me sit down. I'm glad that I didn't go out and make that extra $100 today. I needed to sit down.
And that's why we don't care.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said that's why we don't care.
Oh, did I be having an attitude?
Yes. Yeah.
And don't
at all.
Fair enough. I don't care.
I think for me, like I definitely appreciate it because even like today's situation, like I was hot, like I was very fucking angry, and you know, Cuzzo calming me down, like holding me accountable, helped me calm down. You know what I'm saying? Like just helping me to remember the perspective, remember the big picture and all of that shit. Because when you mad, you, especially me, I'm, you know, because now I'm violent. I'm violence. Okay. So, you know, I'm over here seeing red and shit. And cuz I was like, forget that, you know, do what you gotta do. We have the silver lining. We see the silver lining. We know the silver lining. Let's you go. Look, every dog like has his day.
That's pretty much our theme most of the time, because it's a lot of things that like we gotta pull each other off the ledge a lot when it comes to jumping, like having an initial feeling about something and be like, nah, I'm gonna do it. I don't give a fuck. I'm about to do it. And be like, hold on. Let's let's talk about this for a minute.
No talking. Y'all riding what?
Don't send that text yet. Don't send that text yet. Let's talk it out. Don't do it. Don't get in your car. Put your keys down. Like don't do that. Let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Violence. We all got shit to lose. Ain't nobody got time. None of us has time to go to jail. Jack. Nobody has time to go to jail.
I got bail money though.
That's fine.
After April, I will have it.
Shut up. I don't have. Look, I never got bail money. It don't matter how much money I got. I don't got no bail money. You know why? Because I can't go to jail.
It depends what it's about.
I ain't going back.
I'm not.
Me and my 24 hours was enough. Let me tell you, I am reformed. Listen, I'm lying, but I am rehabilitated.
Certain things and certain people, I will do the time for.
Man, listen, yeah. Me and them 24 hours in jail, that's enough.
Yeah, that's enough. A little different. I mean, but when it comes to stuff like you about to go pull up on somebody who said something or did something, your baby daddy, baby mama, whatever, we ain't going to jail for that.
Absolutely the fuck not, girl.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. We got shit to lose. Everybody got jobs.
She's being tortured enough. I don't need to do shit.
Okay. Everybody got jobs. You know what I mean? I can't afford to
including me.
She's so crazy. So yeah, like we like to hold each other accountable when it comes like everything. Reaching goals. I could think about, you know, when I was in school and I was just going to be like, bruh, I've had enough.
Them papers enough. Was had you vexed.
Okay. Papering. You know, so constantly hearing you got this, you can do this, go ahead, do this, make sure you do that. I was getting my shit in, getting on time, getting them A's in, magna cum laude, all that good stuff.
Okay. Come on now.
I appreciated being held accountable for the times that I wanted to go to sleep instead of writing a goddamn paper. Even now, I'm on a journey and constantly hearing you got this, you know, you can do it. 3 more days, 5 more days.
I was just about to say that. 3 more days.
Like hearing that, it's encouraging. And not just y'all. I have a great, you know, group of friends everywhere. Yeah, so that kind of stuff I appreciate. I need it because listen, I'll be fucking around with the fucking around. Be like, I'm not doing this.
Listen, I think you get tired. You get tired. Yeah. You be needing some type of like outside motivation because you just get tired and life be lifing, and you need your support to kind of push you, even though you don't want to hear it, but you get up and you drag yourself and you do it anyway. And then at the end of the day, or at the end of you doing whatever that was, you feel better and you're thanking the person that you actually did it. And we all need it because like you said, we all got stuff that we got going on. So it's how many things that we have going on that we'll let continue to like interfere with our self-care or just kind of taking care of ourselves because we just always feel like we gotta go. We got families, we got jobs, we got other things we gotta do that's always taking our attention and our time, and we never sit and just take time for us. So sometimes we got them friends, go take a bath.
I was just about to say, was it 2 weeks ago that you bullied me to go take a bath?
Yeah.
Because I got bullied to take a bath. So I returned the bully.
Listen, I've been, running around trying to get myself together all this week, and I was getting ready to clean my house on top of working my 37 jobs, 37. On top of errands, on top of, flag football for my son, all this other stuff. And Eb was just like, won't you just hit up the people and have them come clean your house? And she suggested something. Y'all don't know how much relief. Because I would have had to clean every room. And I live in an apartment, but listen, kids make every room feel like 3 rooms in one. So I was really about to kill myself trying to make sure I get all of this shit done today. And all I had to do was listen, because I still was going to try to do it. But all I had to do was listen. And it just took so much off of my plate. So listen to your friends. That's a lesson for the night. Convenience.
Okay.
And also, I don't be wanting to spend no money. I don't want to be spending. I'll be wanting to make it, but I don't be wanting to spend it.
Gotta go somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I got to remind these two at the top to eat all the time. Both of them.
We busy.
You gonna be busy and fall out.
Busy.
I mean, I've been trying not to touch this plate this whole fucking time. I'm sitting there like, this shit bust. I want to
eat your food. Shit.
But okay, I got a question. I don't know if it's on your track list or what, but what about?
That's pretty much
and I think.
Why would you start laughing when I got water in my mouth?
What about when you try to hold somebody accountable and they want you to hold them accountable, but they still don't do it? And I was looking at you. Yeah, I was looking at you because I know you have experience with it. So I was hoping you jumped your ass in.
Me?
The one making the faces.
Oh, girl.
She's talking about me. I throw my hands to the situation. I'm done. I'm not going to keep talking to you till I'm blue in the face, because right now we're just constantly walking around in a circle. It's not getting anywhere. So at some point, I'm starting to stress myself out. So I got to back off.
Yeah.
And that's
but even when you know they want you to hold them accountable.
How much more can I do?
That's a good point. I mean,
besides dragging you to whatever, or literally forcing you, holding your hand and doing it for you, like what else can I do? So at this point, I'm stressing myself out. So if I don't throw my hands to the situation, I'm causing my blood pressure to go up. I'm about to be 40. I don't got time for that.
That's a fact.
I don't know. I'm just like, I guess for me, in instances like that, like it's different from the scenario I mentioned earlier with my friend and her man and shit like that, because she's not coming to me for me to hold her accountable, but she is coming to me for advice, right? But in a different situation where I know this person wants me to hold them accountable, they have asked me to hold them accountable, and I'm trying to hold them accountable and they're still not doing it. Like, I guess I personally don't know when to throw in the towel. Like, when do I? Because I don't want to feel like I'm giving up on this person. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give up on them.
If I've been saying this and doing this and trying to help you and guide you, and now it is 6 months. Here we are, 9 months, a year.
Yeah, when's the ending point? I agree.
I mean, but
Right.
shit
So I'm
takes
just driving
time.
You can
myself
only
crazy.
advise so much. And then like after a certain amount of time, if I'm holding you accountable, if I'm, trying to encourage you and push you and you not doing anything to change the situation, I'm like, all right, cool. I'ma go.
Okay, but what if it ebbs and flows? And like I'm even thinking about me personally. I'm coming out of a situation where I was being held accountable and I wanted that person to hold me accountable, but the situation itself was at times too heavy for me to rise up to it. So like sometimes I'll rise up to it, sometimes I'll fall back in the hole. It'd be a constant back and forth. And had that person given up on me, shit would be fucked up for me in a sense. I would lose that person, potentially, maybe. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm jumping out the window. I don't know. But I could potentially lose that person in my life, or, just cause myself harm or whatever. So like if that person was like, man, I'm tired of her going back and forth, I'm tired of her being up and down, and they gave up on me, like, where the fuck would that land me? But thankfully, like, and it took me a couple fucking years to finally like come out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like where the fuck would I have been if that person didn't stick through the shit with me? Like shit takes time. Like, and I guess like I said, I'm really specifically asking that because everybody's timetable ain't the same. So what do? Just hope that the person don't give up on you before you get it together?
So when I say I throw my hands up to the situation, it's more so I'm done talking. I need to see action. So it's not that I'm actually giving up on you. I'm just not going to keep talking about it because you say that you want me to hold you accountable to a situation, and I'm showing up in the way that I know how to show up and give you that accountability, but you're not giving anything in return. So until I see something in return, I can't then step back into that role of being that quote unquote cheerleader or something like that. I need to see something.
So you need a reason to keep trying.
Exactly.
I agree.
Maybe it's a thing with like, and I guess to both of y'all points, like what Ed just said, you made a statement as far as you show up the way you know how to show up.
That's my knee.
Okay.
Like what the fuck just happened?
Because I wasn't looking, I came down, I seen that was
We kind of old.
okay. Okay. But you said the statement of you show up the way you know how to show up. So again, we all know people's love languages and everything like that is different. Maybe I feel like I'm a person that like if I feel like I've given every effort that I can, and I'm also somebody who kind of thinks out the box, okay, maybe what I know how to do is not enough. Maybe I need to research some other shit and figure out something else to do. So like what Eb said, maybe a situation, it may not be something that you know how to do, but maybe you could put in more effort to learn something else or to figure out another way to be there for that person. Maybe that'll work. And then when it comes to what Tree said, everybody has their own timeline, but I definitely think it's situational. Like, what is it that you're trying to be held accountable for? I feel like, Tristan, what you were mentioning, I feel like that wasn't within your control. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I know something is beyond your control, like you literally have no control in how you feel, things that you do, then you get more grace because again, it's not within your control. And everybody doesn't even have that grace because like we've spoken about before, everybody does not understand that part of things and those type of things. So people can think, just snap out of it. I mean, even like we talk about, my field, like addiction and stuff like that, like it's just stop. It's beyond my control at the point where it's an addiction. If it's an addiction, I can't just stop. I don't have that capability. I need help. So I can maybe stop, for a week or two and then go back. Like you said, like you kind of go in and out of it. But again, everybody doesn't recognize that as that not being your choice. People, you just want to be down or you just want to stay in there. You want to stay a victim. No, like I don't, but I don't know how. So I feel like, again, everything is situational. And one, yes, you may lose that person because that person may not be who you need to help you through it. They may not be able to withstand that staying power. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have that.
Right. They might not be equipped for it.
Right. Everybody is not built for certain things. And then that person also has to understand that this is not something that you're choosing to be in. You literally can't control it. And I feel like if you are able to have that type of mentality and thought process, then it helps you give the grace, and it helps you stay in it and go along with the ups and downs that can come with that, because they're understanding. And then again, if a person knows that, then they can do their own research to understand better, to better understand you. I feel like I said, it is situational. It just depends on the person and how much they are invested in you, and how much they want to help you, and how much they can give themselves. Because again, everybody can't withstand that. So it's like, are they selfish because they can't carry that, or are they supposed to just give everything they have?
So.
And
I don't think they're selfish.
I'm saying I think that you're selfish. I'm just saying.
So over the past 9 months or so, I've been leaning to not pouring from my cup and giving other people my overflow. Because if I pour from my cup, then now I'm empty and something out of me. So I need to have an overflow of things in order to be able to give to someone else. So it's not, to me, I'm not pouring from my cup into your cup. No, I need an overflow. So if I'm constantly talking to you and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, now my overflow is depleting. Now I'm gonna start pouring from my cup. I ain't got time for that. I'm sorry, I don't. So that may be selfish, but at the same time, this is my mental health.
I mean, I feel like it get a little tricky when you dealing with adults. So if I'm thinking about the situation that I think you're speaking of regarding Ed, like, there's only so much I can tell you. There's only so much that I can do. There's only so much that I can motivate you with. There's only so much that I can do personally to be an example of that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you want to do what you want to do. You want to do what you don't want to do. And no matter how much I try to hold you accountable, if you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. So I definitely see where she's coming from, where it's kind of like, I don't have any more suggestions. So at that point, it's like legitimately up to that person to figure out what they're going to do. And sometimes holding somebody accountable it's going to be you stepping back and letting them fall on their face if that's what's going to happen. Or,
You're right.
Regarding your health, if you trying to tell somebody you need to eat better, you need to be exercising, you need to be doing this, you need to do that. Sometimes accountability means letting them go off and do what they do,
letting them fall
and
then they have a damn heart attack.
Being that parachute.
God forbid. I'm just saying, like, you gotta let people, especially with adults. It's hard for you to tell somebody what the fuck to do. It's hard for you to tell somebody what to do.
We've been said, like, we've talked about it plenty in relationships, and it's the same thing in friendships, partnerships, whatever. Until you are ready to do something, you're not going to do it.
You're not going to do it.
And you have to be ready. Like we've been said, I can't want it for you more than you want it for you. Because again, like Ed was saying, I can do everything I'm supposed to do. I can research, I can read books, I can, get you help, I can do whatever. But unless you're willing to do it and you want to do it, you're not going to do it. I'm wasting my time. Now I'm going to cuss you out.
And that's what I feel like too. If I'm trying to hold you accountable and you not doing nothing, all this time didn't been wasted of me doing X, Y, and Z for you.
Yeah, they gotta want it. They gotta have some type of accountability for themselves. They have to. Like, even if it's just a mustard seed, you gotta do something. Like, I'll help push you the rest of the way, but you got to at least want to start the engine.
That's right. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up what I was going to say, but I wanted to mention something as I was doing my research. I didn't realize that there are actually services for people. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the website is, y'all do your own Googles, but there are services where if you don't have a wonderful group of friends like we do, there are services that you can basically like hire, I guess, an accountability partner.
Oh
yeah,
girl, I was gonna say hire a friend.
I've never
a life coach.
I don't know if it's a life coach. Like it literally was just saying like you can register here and be assigned an accountability partner. I thought it was low key weird, but I do understand that everybody don't
like
have
a
a
trainer.
village.
I wouldn't
Like when
say
you go
that
to the
is
gym.
weird because if you think about it, the way social media is, those are strangers and a lot of them will hold you accountable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That is
So y'all
true.
need to just get on social media and
Shoot,
do it
they
for
might
free.
hold you accountable more than your friends.
And that's a
That's
fact. 'Cause they
factual.
gonna fact check and bring up the what you said 62 weeks ago.
Okay.
Especially because they don't
Remember-
have no real emotional investment in it, so they're not even trying to spare you fucking
Very
feelings.
true.
At
Very
all.
true.
part.
They don't want to hear none of that. Nada.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. So either get y'all or go to y'all Googles and go online accountability partner. Go visit Instagram or wherever y'all social media at and get somebody to hold you accountable. Because
that would be hard for me.
unfortunately, everybody doesn't have good friends like me. So
I do. Cause I'll be like, I don't even know you. Like, you can't tell me shit.
listen,
The fuck?
my
I be
toxic
saying to
trait is I
y'all.
will cut somebody out online. Who the fuck are you?
Have mercy.
This is
I
what I'm
need to
saying.
stop that shit.
This is what I'm saying.
Anyway, make sure y'all hit us up. Y'all know what the spill is. We kind of owe at gmail.com. We kind of owe everywhere: IG, Facebook, Twitter. Interact with us. You can send us a text at 404-517-1819. And come back and see us next week. Bye.
And men,
We'll
make
be
sure
here.
y'all answer that shit that Jay was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Period. We want to hear from the
Yes.
men. We like
For real,
tell
for
us.
real.
Let it. We need some
That's
insight
important.
on.
We want
Give us a little
to
bit of
know.
the guy code. We don't want all your business. We don't care that much.
We
But
just want that important stuff. That's
the
it.
accountability piece, you need to know something about that.
Okay.
Peace out.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
See y'all.
We
kinda old.